Hey guys, it's Lori. I want to talk to you today about a spiritual battle, about forces that are unseen but can truly come at you and make you feel like you're absolutely crazy. Okay, so if you're watching me, um, you're probably on the spiritual side anyway. Maybe that's how you think. I mean, I I'm a life coach. If you don't know who I am, I'm a life coach. I came into this world basically with one foot in this realm and one in the next, with communication ability that a lot of people don't have, or that a lot of children do have and then lose it as they grow older. It's just always been who I am, and I've struggled with it all my life through. Um, I went to parochial school when I was a kid. I was actually kicked out for being quote unquote evil. Um, and then I went deep into the New Age movement, and by the grace of God, I was delivered from that. And now, um, I am very devoted to Jesus Christ, and I live my life for God. And I still talk about vibration and energy, which in a lot of Christian circles they think, oh, that's new agey and it's evil. So now I'm caught up between, um, being shunned from the new age group, which is fine by me. Um, it wasn't for a lot of years until I came into knowing who I am, but also being shunned by certain Christian communities who look at me as quote unquote new age, and if only they'd understand. I mean, okay, so this first part of this video may be just me babbling, so I apologize in the beginning, but I just have to kind of get this out that regardless of where you're at, you have to know that we are all made up of energy. I mean, that's science, you know. Energy doesn't die, it just changes form. We go into a different realm. Um, there's lots of deception out there, and the deception comes from negative spirits, and it sounds like truth. So they put a bunch of truth in, and add this much of the deception that'll lead you down the wrong road. I mean, think about it. If you're baking a cake, right? And you've got all the right ingredients, and you go out in the backyard and you grab just a tiny bit of dog poop, are you still going to eat that cake? Of course not. That tiny bit of dog poop just ruined the whole cake, right? Nothing against dogs. But you see what I'm saying? So anyway, people that live their life, and I'm not talking about religion. I hear so often how Christians have hurt people and religious people have hurt people. I am not talking about religion. I'm talking about a relationship. I'm talking about understanding energy. I'm talking about understanding how God created this world and the system in which it works. You know, there's a lot of spiritual gurus out there that pretty much tell you, just do this, this, and this, and your life will be great. Well, I tend to disagree from personal experience and from knowledge because, I used to believe that too. And then it comes down to when you believe that, it's like a blaming of the victim, because if you are not experiencing the best of this realm, then you tend to think, well, maybe my thoughts are the reason, or it's karma, or I'm doing something wrong, I'm not having enough faith, whatever. And that's not necessarily the case. Now, sometimes it is. I mean, if your thoughts are all negative, you're going to create negative. That which you feed grows, that which you focus on grows. But we live in a fallen world, and bad stuff happens. So for instance, if your loved one dies in a car accident, that's nothing your loved one did. If somebody takes their own life, that's nothing you did. If you're experiencing financial difficulties, it may or may not be due to your own actions. It's not always. There are really good people right now that are being like under attack because they're not of this world. And when I say of this world, what I mean is thinking like this world, thinking that the things of this world are the most important. And those people that have a higher vibration, usually, have you ever talked to somebody, or maybe you feel this way, like you just don't belong in this world, like you just clash with this world? like you're too sensitive for this world, maybe you care too much, and you think, well, there's nobody out there like me, I keep being like under attack. There are people out there like you, and that's kind of what I want to talk about. So I'm gonna cut this video short. I just wanted to give you kind of an introduction. It could go on and on and on. I'm gonna make a part 2, part 3, part 4. If you want to hear my story, then you don't have to like hear me ramble. You can just kind of go to where you want to go. But I want to join a group. I want to create a group, because right now there are so many people that are working on keeping their vibration up. And I'm not talking about the people that are like, oh, keep your vibration up and drive a Mercedes and this and that. Not that there's anything wrong with driving a Mercedes or having money. That's not what I mean. But people that are only focused of this world don't belong in this group. But people who feel like they're under attack. People who feel like those things and people that are closest to them are under attack, and they can't figure it out. It's like none of this makes sense. If you've experienced that, or if you are experiencing that, or even if you're just feeling the weight, the heaviness of the energy, I'd like to create a group where we all kind of get together. I'm going to do videos, teaching videos. I want to do live chats, that sort of thing. As you know, I've walked away from my business all these years, and the reason I've done that is, well, there's several reasons, but I've walked away. So I want to create this group, and if you could donate $1, $2, $10, whatever, $20 a month and be part of it, that would be great. I'm not going to charge for it, but if you could donate, that would help me to make ends meet until I find out what kind of job I'm going to get, because I truly have to follow the promptings of the Holy Spirit and walk away from, well, that's a whole other video in itself, okay? So if you'd like to join the group, if you're feeling down, let's do this. Let's get together. You know what? We're stronger in numbers. We can build each other's faith. We can learn from each other. We can grow, okay? All right, so I know there's no real knowledge in this video. It's just kind of an introduction, and I will make follow-ups to this, because I really want to tell my story, and I really want to help those who are suffering. So join me if you like, and I will talk to you guys soon.